invent some conspiracy theories of our own. I know Ollie was mentioning one today, which is I don't know if you want to go over that again or
I can't remember what I was saying.
It involves a certain MJ, Michael Jackson, and some hee-hees.
I think Dave's already cancelled this.
I
cancelled
think
this enough.
Material.
it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Well, you can say what you want.
Okay, I'll start since I brought up the topic, and I'll give you some time to think if you guys want to participate. So here's my conspiracy theory that I'm officially starting. Please sign up for the fan club on Facebook or whatever. So you know how there's this simulation theory, right? Where we're all...
Nice.
Yeah. So I have the proof, you guys. So here's my conspiracy theory. The word potato forces a glitch in the system, in the matrix. Here's what I mean. Every time you try to every time you're sneezing, think of the word potato and you would immediately not sneeze anymore.
Oh.
Facts.
Man,
true facts.
I've tried that with cucumber and it didn't work. So
try potato. Potato is the magic. I feel like potato is the like hacker cheat code that they put into our system and whatever game engine we're designed in. And it is actually like it does actually work. I thought it was BS. My one of my friends from childhood introduced me to this wild concept, but it does work, and it's I think the only explanation is that we're all just code and
okay. So can I enter no clip mode and just fly around, just phase through objects? Is potato the cheat code for that?
Well, it currently it only has a utility in sneezing, but
okay, well, it's not that useful then.
Well, if you don't want to sneeze in like a crowded place, it's quite useful. Like say you're like
I suppose so,
at the cinema or something, and you feel the sneeze coming. You know it's uncontrollable. Think of potato, and it would go away. It's magic. It's pure magic.
Just think of it or say it.
Just think of it.
I will try this.
Yeah, the listeners of this podcast also, you're welcome. But it does work.
Has spoken.
Another one that I don't think is confirmed. Like I haven't confirmed it. Just read it online. It's not mine. I'm the potato sneeze guy. But the other one that I've heard of is that if you, without opening your mouth, open your jaw. So with your lips shut, open your jaw, you cure stuffed nose. So if both your nostrils are not working and you open your jaw without opening your lips, it would stretch the sinuses, like your nose, it would stretch it so much so that it opens up your blocked nostrils. I haven't tried that one though, but it's along the same lines.
And we could start a YouTube channel just on these health tips.
Life hacks.
Body hacks.
Body hacks.
Yeah.
Just raise your arms against the wall to fix bad posture.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Well, I actually know one similar to this, and this one also works, which blew my mind. If you have the hiccups, and I get hiccups, when I get the hiccups, they just don't stop for some reason.
Yeah.
If you have a teaspoon of sugar, they'll go away. Just a plain teaspoon of sugar.
I've heard you telling me this.
Go away.
We have another one in Bulgaria for hiccups. It's if somebody scares the crap out of you.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have that one. But it's really annoying because as soon as you start hiccuping, all your friends start to trying to prank you or something to scare you into not hiccuping. It sucks.
Your bank account is empty.
Yeah. Like they would try to like push you off off the ledge on some bridge or whatever. I'm like, ha 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 ha, not gonna hiccup anymore. Like, yeah, I'm gonna hiccup when I'm dead. But yeah,
that's how AI will solve problems. Like, can you help me get rid of hiccups? And the robot just kills you.
It's like the Bing search engine. Like when you search how to kill myself in Google shows you like the suicide hotline numbers for your region. And if you do it in Bing.com, it just shows you like the top 10 ways to kill yourself most efficiently.
Watch Mojo, top 10 ways to commit suicide. Number 1, a gun.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, like I'm officially starting that conspiracy theory that Potato, first of all, confirming that we're all living in a simulation, which if I was to believe in anything, that's probably the main one that I would buy.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah, I can get on board with that real quick. Just working in this sort of field of like developing stuff for CG and and just having used game engines, it's so likely that is the case, because especially now with Unreal Engine 5, looking at how realistic those worlds are and how like you can basically, with the MetaHuman project, for example, basically create human beings, virtual ones, obviously. It's absolutely wild and like super enticing. So yeah, that's probably my one that I would believe and confirm with my potato trick.
Potato.
Yeah.
I actually can't think of a conspiracy off the top of my head.
Well, you could earlier today, but yeah, we don't have to do to go over it again. But if we have like,
can make one up.
10,000 subscribers, we can reveal it.
I don't have any light-hearted conspiracy theories.
Okay.
That one was pretty deep.
Yeah.
I'll make one up.
Yeah.
That we don't actually, like when you get on a plane, you don't actually fly to another country. They just have screens on the windows which shows like the clouds and stuff, but they're actually just driving down the road to wherever it is.
Yeah.
So like when I flew to Malta, for example, it's just they just go down the road. They just drive along, because you just get in the plane and then the pilot flies it. Yeah. And then you get out and you don't really know. Yeah. Apart from looking out the window, you don't know. So it's just a screen. It's just like the simulations they do. And they take you to wherever. It's like Truman Show, Truman Show. We're all in a big, just on one big set, and they take you to different parts of it.
It's your world, and we're just living in it, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're all actors, and I'm the main character.
Sounds believable to me.
See, Americans would believe it because they never leave the country anyway. So
they don't have passports.
You could just say only America exists. Every other country is just made up. They just put you on a plane and take you to the Arizona desert or something like that, and say, "Oh yeah, this is Afghanistan. Go and fight the Taliban now."
That might explain all the mall shootings.
Yeah, it could do. They're all fake as well.
That kind of ties in with the simulation theory, because it would be, if this world is like computationally limited, it might make a lot of sense to just keep the plane static and just animate the world around it, like morph the world around it into a new one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's essentially what happens when you're in games nowadays. Again, we should date this. This is 2022. Nowadays in games, when you are entering a new area of the game, you usually need to go through this, like, for example, Star Wars Fallen Order, the game. When you're entering a new area, you usually need to go through like a very small opening you know what that is like.
Doesn't it mask a loading screen?
Exactly.
Really?
Instead of a loading screen, they're literally changing the world around you and all the players around you. And once you come up from that like hole, you're in the same space, but just everything has been changed around you.
Yeah, that's why you have to sit on a plane for a few hours because that's to load in the other world, the other place.
Yeah,
can't just do it straight away. That's why Australia takes like 20 hours to get to because it's such a big country.
Yeah,
it takes a while to load in.
Yeah, build all the sets, cast all the extras in the background.
Turn up the heating to maximum.
Release the spiders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, the one I've got just to end it is aliens live underwater.
Oh, I was going to say that. Yeah, that's a good one.
And they just come up for just check out what we're up to. What America's up to.
No, they just stay down there and chill. I bet.
Yeah, I have no foundation for any of this, but every, let's say, 10 years, one or two of them will pop up, go to America, and
on vacation to America, to Area 51,
and run for president.
Man, it makes sense because Area 51 is in the desert, no? So if you were to live underwater, wouldn't you want to see the complete opposite of that, which is a bunch of sand?
Maybe, yeah. Or maybe it's too dry, so the aliens can't go out, so they just stay there in the base. They can't go out into the desert because they'll just dry up and die.
Oh, they're in tanks, you mean?
They're in tanks and they can't escape because if they escape and then walk into the desert, they'll just dry up and turn into little shriveled fish.
Actually, Oli, I think you've struck gold here because
that's more likely than my one. That's for sure.
Yeah. You know how like barely 40%, like these are like hot take numbers, but I know that barely half the oceans have been explored fully.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So and like the depths.
Yeah.
The very depths have just. We've only scratched the surface of exploring.
Yeah, like the Marina Trench and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And what's at the core? That's what I want to know. Is it a bunch of aliens, or is it
the lizard people's home?
Yeah.
But that does sound like plausible. Like we have no way of knowing if aliens are not just underwater creatures that come up to the surface once in a while just for kicks.
I think a lot of people are scared of like deep water and stuff as well. So why is that?
Yeah, it must be a reason.
Humans aren't aquatic creatures, so why would we be scared of deep water? Really makes you think.
Yeah.
Probably because of Jaws, to be honest.
That could be.
No, we were scared of deep water before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because it's the unknown. Like we don't like the unknown, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's just this big open space. It's like even in video games where you're like swim into like deep water and you can't see the bottom. That's kind of disconcerting,
Should we play one last one? What do you think, guys?
Yeah, one more then finish up.
All right. Yeah, but that was a really good one, actually.
Yeah. I think we covered quite a lot of different topics.
People are going to take these sound bites and be like, look what these three morons have... Fake news
if only. If we get some hate mob against us, that's how we can rise to popularity, like Jordan Peterson,
Any press is good press.
Get cancelled, get famous. Bada bing, bada boom.
The guy on the other team just messaged us saying, "What the fuck is Yeet?" Like, he's living under.
Get with the program, dude. What the fuck is Yeet? You like 50 years old or something?
Yeah, man. Imagine people are listening to this in 500 years' time on Mars. Like Elon Musk is in his Bacta tank and he's a floating head and just browsing through Spotify.
Yeah.
Looking for
He's watched every YouTube video and every video and finally finds our one.
Yeah.
He's like, what the...
And he listens to this and they actually discover that one of our theories is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, how do they know creatures live at the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah, those
That's
guys were way ahead
crazy.
of their time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's bring them back to life just to hear what they have to say.
And then you'll have some cyber slot statues erected in our honor on Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If people start wearing us around their necks. And,
Yeah. Man, if all realities, like if space and time are infinite, in one of the realities that could happen.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
that,
if we can go
true.
to one of those
Yeah.
realities.
yeah. Actually, that's the one I believe in. Like, if space and time are really infinite, then we're definitely not the only intelligent life.
Oh,
Because-
for sure, yeah.
Because the just probability is 100% that there's others
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
us.
Isn't that kind of string theory? But instead
I
of there
guess
being
so.
multiple universes, everything is in the same universe. But because time and space is infinite, then
I guess
there's
so. It could be.
everything that's physically possible will eventually happen at some
I
point.
thought
Yes.
string theory was the definition of how the universe is formed, isn't it? Like, essentially that it's a bunch of string-like layers as opposed to
Well,
waves or just some substance.
Wait,
string theory is like that. There's every possible thing that could happen strings off to a new universe. So, I could go and get another beer right now, or I could not, and that makes another universe, for example.
is it? We'd need to.
Something
Okay,
like that. I
we
think
should
that's what
put
it
a
is.
disclaimer here that we don't know.
That should be another episode, I
We
think.
don't know what the fuck we're talking about. So everything. you
Yeah,
just
we're talking
heard-
bullshit here.
Yeah, this is not
Don't
serious
cancel us,
talk.
please.
Yeah, yeah. This is not.
Actually,
for
do
real,
cancel
sis.
us, and then we'll make a big song and dance about it and
Yeah.
get
We'll make
famous.
An apology video would be so epic,
Yeah.
so relatable. Yeah. Yeah, we should probably, because Joe Rogan is being cancelled at the moment again, first week of February 2022.
Yeah.
And he said he's gonna put disclaimers in the beginning of his podcast that everything is like everything discussed is just an opinion and not facts. Not
Yeah.
should not be considered news.
Yeah. It's like at the beginning of South Park, they say this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not based on